Hi guys and welcome to the Alpha Zone with Dark Effects. This will be my first video on Bloodborne and it'll be just a quick beginner's guide on kind of stuff you need to know that's not exactly laid out for you at the start. So first of all we'll start with the weapons, and as you can see, no shield, so that changes things up slightly. But instead of a shield you've got this gun. We'll just call it a gun now. There is a proper name to it, but we'll call it a gun just to keep things simple. Basically what this gun does is it breaks the enemy's attack and it can send them into a bit of a stun. So if just for example, if an enemy comes wailing on you with his sword or axe or whatever, you can hit L2 and it will shoot like this. And if you do it with the right timing, just before he hits you, you can break that move and you can start wailing on him with your primary weapon in your right hand. There is three main kind of primary weapons in the game as a starting weapon. There is this one, which is basically a pretty kind of nasty looking axe, and what this does is it has two forms. One is the single-handed form, which is pretty fast. You can kind of wail on people pretty quickly with it. So you have two attacks. You've got R1, which is this primary quick attack. You've got R2, which is this power attack. But also if I hold R2, you get this charge attack, which is obviously super powerful, but it takes a while to charge up. So just be careful if you are using that you don't get attacked too quickly. Now, the difference with these weapons than previous Souls game is my right-handed weapon can transform by clicking L1. So if I click L1, now it's a double-handed beast. Now to say this thing is a beast is an understatement. I've used all three starting weapons in the game, and each of them have their ups and downs. This is my favorite because it just seems to do serious damage. It's got a really good area attack move, and it just seems to fit with my style. The only way that you're going to figure out what style suits you is by picking all three. Start three characters, pick each weapon, and check out the move sets. But for me, this weapon works wonders. It's doing me very well so far. So with this double-handed transformation, we have the exact same. We have R1, which is a quick attack. It's a tad bit slower than the single-handed. We've got if I click R2, it's that slam down, so it's a bit slower, but it's more powerful. And then my favorite, the helicopter attack. If I hold R2, you get two helicopter style attack moves, which is amazing for crowd control. So there's the weapons. We are going to move along and we'll start just seeing what the first encounters are like, and kind of talking you through on what way to deal with enemies in the game. So as a beginner, you're going to be probably shitting a brick, because I know when I started Dark Souls I was extremely afraid and I was tipping along with my shield up. In this there is no shield, so your best friend is the circle button. I just want to go through something with you. So to lock on is by clicking in the R3 stick. So then you can see the kind of the white retina on the enemy. That means I'm locked on to that enemy. So he's basically going to try and attack me, and if I want to dodge out of the way, I use the circle button. So if I press back and circle, and I didn't press back and circle, but if I press back and circle, it will do a back dodge. If I press to the left and circle, it will do a side strafe, and simultaneously with the right stick. So circle is basically get used to. Just as a starting point, I would use this guy as a kind of a practice dummy. Like, he's easy, he's one of the weaker enemies, and if you can dodge his attacks, you can dodge most of the basic enemy attacks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and break it. Now, what I did there is I shot him using L2 with the gun, and then I basically used the primary R1 attack to do that animation, and that is one of the most powerful moves in the game. If you play Dark Souls which many of you mightn't, you could go around the back of enemies and do a backstab in Dark Souls. That is gone from this game, as far as I can tell. I haven't been able to pull one off yet. But what they have changed it for is by using L2, shooting, putting them in that stun, and then using R1 to bring up that animation, and that is super powerful. You can do that against most enemies and bosses, so it's a really handy trick to learn. So again, use that first guy as your dummy, and get good there. If you get good there, these guys are pretty simple. Just take him out using the simple R1. Now, as far as shield enemies go, the best thing to do with these guys is use a power R2, break that shield, and then R1. Okay? That is the best way to kill them. So if I hold, bang, it will break a shield, and then straight away use an R1. Let me just go through some of the HUD. In the top left hand corner, you have your health in the red. You have stamina in green. The 15 is your blood vials. That's a consumable item that fills up your health. The next one, which is Quicksilver Bullets, is the bullets for your gun. And the max on both of them, I do believe, is 20. That could change as you go through the game, but when you get to 20, it basically caps there. And another thing that I literally just found out is if you're running low on ammo, you can sacrifice your health so that you get more ammo. So if I press the up on the direction buttons on the D-pad, it will take some of my health, but it will give me a +5 on the Quicksilver Bullets. That I only found that out yesterday. So if it's a thing that you're running into a boss, or if it's a case that you're fighting a boss, or you need some bullets real quick, up on the D-pad and get yourself some more bullets. It does sacrifice health, so be careful you don't kill yourself using that. So I'm going to move along here, and we're going to do some group enemy attacks here. So we're going to be fighting more than one enemy at a time. Let me just take this guy out first using the R1, the easy attack. I thought there was more guys there to be wailed upon, but obviously not. I just wanted to demonstrate the R2, holding the R2 down. So I'm going to bring back up my quick weapon just for these guys. Why? So I use circle to roll out of the way there just when I seen him coming. You need to have your wits about you in this game. Like, it does not take any prisoners. Like, don't be fooled. It does not take any prisoners, but it is fair. Another mechanic in this game is when I get hit by an enemy, you will see the health bar go down, but also there will be an orange area left on that health bar. And what that basically is if I attack the enemy quick enough, I'll just do an example here. I'll get hit by this guy. Right? Now, see that orange part? If I hit back, I can actually regain that health back. And that is, as far as I know, that is this blood. No, okay, I'm wrong. Apologies for that. That blood tinge, I thought it was the amount of health that you gain back, but I think, yeah, never mind that. So basically, we'll just keep moving along. Okay. So just R1 these guys. They're pretty simple. The best thing to do is just let them attack you. Figure out their. You see, he came out of nowhere. Let them attack you. When he stops, get in for the kill. And I know you might think, oh, like you've probably played it like a lot of hours. Yes, I have, but you can get pretty good at the game like pretty quickly if you kind of get the basics down, and you can have a bit of confidence dodging and weaving, and like there's no shame in dying in this game. Like, it's just It's just you need to be prepared to learn the game and not get frustrated with it. So I'm going to try a helicopter attack here. Yeah, I didn't have time to go to full. You see that? It was able to hit 2 of them. That R2 attack is really, really good. So just you have to kind of figure out which attack works on kind of what enemies, or like I always find that if you're in a group, this is kind of the way I do things. If I'm like fighting a single guy on his own, I will use my single-handed quick attack. If it's a case that I need to get some distance and there's a lot of enemies, I will start using my longer weapon, just to kind of keep them at a sword's edge. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that now. That's kind of the basics on combat in this game, and hopefully, if after watching this video, you kind of get a gist of where things are going and what you need to do to get better at the game. And if you have any questions at all, just leave me a message, and I'll 100% get back to you and give you some advice. This has been the Alpha Zone, and I'm Dark Effects. Thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.